We are now in our Articulate 360 dashboard, and then we're going to go into our Rise 360 account here. So here in Rise 360, I already have a couple of courses ready to be published. You can publish either multi-lesson courses in Rise 360 or microlearning courses, and we'll take a look at the publishing options for both of those. I'm not going to go into the details of creating a Rise 360 course here today, but we do have several videos in our channel Spacebyte Learning that cover that. So first, let's take a look at publishing a multi-lesson course in Reach 360. So I'm going to come into my Employee Health and Wellness course here, and then from within my Rise 360 course, we're going to go up to the Publish tab here, and here we can see our publishing options. We have Reach 360, we have LMS, web, or PDF. We're going to focus on Reach 360 today. And then here are the publish options. We've got our course requirement, so we can say that they need to complete a certain percentage of the content in the course. By default, that'll be set to 80%. If there's a quiz in our course, we can also set that as a requirement here, or we can just have that as our only requirement. If there are multiple quizzes in your course, you will need to select which course you want to use for that course requirement, or we can set it to have no requirement. Within our course below, Rise is going to do its best to give you an estimated course duration here. You can certainly come in and make modifications to that as needed. If you don't want that to display for your learners, you can turn that off right here. Celebration is some virtual confetti that will kind of fall on the screen once they've completed the course. I think it's kind of fun. It's a nice way to end a course, but if you don't want that, you can certainly turn that off right here. You can have a certificate for course completion that your learners can download immediately after completing the course. And you can turn that off here if you don't want a certificate. Most important is the due date. So you can either set that to have no due date, or you can set it to be days or a specific date. If this is a course that you're going to be assigning to learners over the course of a year or longer, for example, then I would recommend using days instead of a specific date. Because if I set the date for, say, February 30 for completion of this course, and maybe then in April I register some learners into this course, they will already be overdue for that course. So if it is a course that you need everybody to complete by a certain date, maybe it's some refresher training, you can come in here and set it to a specific date. We're just going to say days here, and let's set this to 30 days. And now I'm ready to submit my course. We're going to go ahead and do that. And then as an admin, I have this option to finish setup in Reach 360. So if I click this button, it's going to take me right back to my Reach 360 account. Our authors will not see that option. They will have the option to go into Reach to learn. We're going to come back now, and let's take a look at our microlearning course here. The settings are pretty similar, but there are some minor differences here. So we're going to publish into Reach 60 here. And for microlearning course, the options we've got here, we've got course duration. So again, Rise is going to estimate that course duration time. But as we've seen earlier, you can change that. Completion celebration, again, that's the virtual confetti. You can turn that off. Here, if you want the certificate for completion. And the due date, you can set it to none, a certain number of days or a specific date here. We're not going to publish this one, so I'm going to cancel out of that. So as you can see, publishing courses from Rise 360 to Reach 360 is super easy and fast.